Andrew flips 2 coins to simulate the genders of the children in families with 2 children. He decides that heads indicates girl and tails indicates boy. The following chart shows his results for 100 simulations. Express your answers to parts A and B as a decimal and as a percent. So we've got the coin outcomes, the child outcomes, and the number of results. So the coin, heads, 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 tails, tails, heads, tails, tails. So double heads was 2 girls, double heads was 2 boys, girl, boy, or boy, girl. What is Andrew's experimental probability of getting 2 boys? Experimental probability. So 2 boys is this column here. We had 22 outcomes that match that. So that's 22 out of a total of, this was 100 simulations, so it's 1 out of 100. So 22 out of 100. However, it says we have to answer it as a decimal and a percent. This is a fraction, so decimal version of that is 0.22. Percent version of that is 22%. So that's your solution for A. What is the theoretical probability of getting 2 boys? Use multiplication to determine your answer. Okay. So you're flipping 2 coins. First one, there's 1 chance of getting heads out of a possible heads and tails. Second one, again, 1 chance of getting heads out of either heads or tails. So 1/2 times 1/2 gives you a fraction of 1/4. And if you convert that into a decimal, that is equal to 0.25. And as a percent, that's 25%. So part C is compare the experimental probability and the theoretical probability. Why are the 2 values different? Well, 22% and 25%, those are reasonably close together. So I'm pretty happy with the experimental results being at 22%. If he did 1,000 simulations, my guess would be that it would get even closer to this 25% theoretical. Experiment and theory are rarely exactly aligned. The coins that he's using may have slight anomalies to them that cause them to flip one side slightly more often than the other. So that can skew your data. To have a perfect experiment is pretty difficult. So as long as you can talk about that to explain the differences between 22 and the 25%, then you're good. But recognize that they are close together, so they're doing pretty well. And if you notice, 27, 2 heads is 27%. The theoretical probability on that is going to be the same. It's going to still be 25%. So that's 27%. That one's 24%, 27%, 22%. So they're all very close to 25%. Some are a little high, some are a little low. But they're all very close to that 25%, which is what each of these would be if you calculated the theoretical. So that's the show you know. You have now completed grade 8 math.